Use the referral link in the description to g2a.com for all of your Xbox codes, PlayStation codes and video games, and be sure to use the code CHES at checkout to get yourself 3% cash back. Hey guys, welcome to episode 8 of season 3 here in the career mode RTG. It's the month of February today. We exited the January transfer window yesterday. We'll be able to give our new signing his first run out in today's episode. That's Ryan Leonard. You guys asked me to sign some more English talent, so I've done so. I'm recording this one ahead of time before you've seen yesterday's episode, so I'm not sure what the reaction has been like to Ryan Leonard. I have seen a couple of transfer suggestions since recording that episode that might perhaps have been better suited, but I'm still quite happy with the decision that I made to sign Ryan Leonard and give my youngsters the chance to catch up, so that by the time Leonard moves on, which may only be 18 months from now, we will have the youngsters to be able to come in and fill those positions, and we won't need to worry about, again, filling the role and basically needlessly replacing the youngsters that we've put so much time and effort into. I do have a decent whack of budget left, and I could have used that for either pre-contracts or for loans for the rest of this season or for next season. As I mentioned, I can't remember when I mentioned it. I know I mentioned it a few times in this save so far. I'm leaning away from pre-contracts in this save. In previous Road to Glory series, I have leaned on them heavily to progress the side as we've moved through, and I would like to not do that in this particular Road to Glory. So it's very unlikely that I will sign more than one or two pre-contract players throughout the entirety of this save. Loans, I might well have been able to spend some money on loans in the previous window, but I think what I'm going to do is, of course, we have a number of youngsters that are on pretty average wages, like a number of our youth players are on like £440 a week, etc. What I might like to do is, now that we have got a little bit of extra money from that window, I might go through and offer these guys bigger wages so that if and when they do move on, we see more of a financial benefit to it in later years. So for example, I was to sell Elliot Lee for £17 million, but he's still only on £440 a week. I might see more of a financial benefit if he was on £17 million and on 10 to 15 grand a week, etc. So if I can do that now, whilst we've got a little bit of extra cash, disposable cash, then I would like to do that. I could sign another youth scout, but at the present moment in time, we're getting decent enough quality from our youth scouts, so I think I'd rather invest it in my current playing staff to then, in a latter season when we've got even more money, then buy another youth scout. So that's my plan with my remaining budget this season, is to improve the contracts of those players that we want to see stay at the club, and hopefully try and get a couple of others that look like they're expiring to sign a new contract. But we've Wimbledon away today, followed by Wickham at home. Obviously they're top of the table, I want to play that. Mansfield away and Blackpool away. So I've been simming a mixture of home and away games recently. When I was simming only away games, I had people in the comments saying, you should sim both. So when I started simming both, of course, in the comment section, people were like, why are you simming home games? You should only sim away. So at the minute, don't really know what to do with regards to simulation games, because I do it one way, I get some comments from the other side that would like me to do it the other way, and I do it their way, and then the other side give me some comments saying I should do it back the way I was. So at the minute, I'm just going to sim the games I want and play the games I want, and we'll deal with it. But Wimbledon is a game I'd like to play, Wickham is a game I'd like to play, and then Mansfield and Blackpool, I'll have to have a look and see who's having the better season of the two of them. Mansfield are 17th, Blackpool are 18th. So by the time we get to those games, there's only 3 points between them, so it's not really going to make too much of a difference between which one of them we play. Where are Wimbledon? Wimbledon tend to struggle, and Wimbledon are down in 22nd, so actually that would probably be the best one to simulate at this stage, so I will do that. I am going to have to take Matt Penny out for the time being, as he's injured currently and for a decent period, a few weeks I think. Obviously Harrison is out for a few months, unfortunately. So we'll simulate this game. Ryan Leonard will make his debut. Wimbledon are on quite a nasty losing streak and find themselves in a relegation zone, so perhaps that's the best way to do it with regards how we approach which games to simulate, is to see what the league table looks like and maybe not even go on a home and away, but on which team is seemingly in the best and or worst form. And perhaps that might help us with regards to the simulated games rather than simply home and away. This one away from home against Wimbledon has seemingly worked in our favour. Lennon on the score sheet as well as Suarez Garcia, and we are to pick up 3 points. The dream start, or the perfect start to the episode. And we've Wickham next. Depending on how they got on in their first game of the month, we might have the opportunity to go above them in the league with a win. And indeed we will. We've opened up a bit of a gap to the playoffs now. 5 points back to Charlton and Portsmouth. A win against Wickham in the next game will see us top the League One table. Let's see if we can go and do it. Do drop the video a like if you enjoy, of course. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as well to ensure you don't miss out on any further content, whether it be this series or the Achieve and Leave series, where we're now at Atletico Madrid. An episode of that will be on your way later on this evening, I believe. I think this is Thursday's video. But for now, we're going to go and play that game against Wickham and hope that we can send ourselves top of the league. Suarez Garcia to Hill. Looking through the gap for Uno, who's got the sprint speed to get away, but as soon as he gets on the ball, the defender catches up. I see Hill at the back post. It may have reached Sabi, it has done, and it will be a goal to nil to Cambridge United. That cross was meant for Oscar Hill, who initially was on his own. Uno really should have gotten away from the man, to be honest. As soon as he got to the ball, the defender just was like, zoop. But regardless, we've scored the goal, so I can't really complain too much, can I? Cambridge 1, Wickham 0. See Oscar Hill just drifted towards the back post. That's who the cross was intended for, and then he drifted back to the middle. Thankfully Sabi was there. And in the battle of first and second for the league, well, I was going to say league title, but for the top of the table spot, at least for now, it's advantage Cambridge. Around the corner to Mancini. Driving down the line. Inside to Suarez Garcia. There's Uno. Look back to Sabi. What a start that would have been if it wasn't for a superb hooked tackle from the defender. Catraldo will win that header well. Lennon will get it out wide quickly to Brooks Lennon. There's Sabi. Suarez Garcia can keep that run going. And he's in the box. He's burst past the defender. Save from Allsop. Absolutely superb stop from the keeper. Uno into the middle. Sorry, keeps. You may have been superb a moment ago, but then you've come and grasped at thin air. Catroda scores another header for us. Keeper's come to punch and just completely missed the ball. 2-0 in front and dominating here against our fellow title challengers. Lennon into Sabi. Suarez Garcia is there, trying to send the defenders the wrong way to then play the reverse pass, but it didn't quite work that way. Gape into Samuel. Through to Thompson, out wide looking for Casket, but Mancini cuts it out. Let's ball through to Oscar Hill. Was meant for Leonard, but never mind. We'll find him now instead. Leonard out to Lennon. God, that first touch. Somehow Suarez Garcia's come away with that. I'll poke that looking for Uno, who's around the corner here. Hopefully this time he can get away from the defender, which he can't. There's a number around him though. Here's Suarez Garcia. Oh, we have a third. Allsop's furious with his defenders. Well, I fully expected Wickham to be better than this. Cambridge 3, Wickham 0. In the battle of first versus second, there's a clear victor. Lovely touch out wide to McCarthy if he can keep it in, which he does well. Casket was down the line. He's got 3 options in the middle, maybe even a 4th. Casket gets in, but it's deflected. Keeper's calm. Does get there. Garcia, oh God, that touch. Mate, what are you doing? It was terrible. Here's Wang Cruz down the left-hand side for Wickham, into Thompson. Ross comes in again, and Perella should be underneath this. He was looking the other way, so it's no wonder he didn't get to the ball. Thankfully, the Wickham man was terrible, and it didn't cost us, but that was particularly awkward from Perella. I do prefer that when a cross is coming in, my defender looks at the ball. I bet that goes in. Good save by Mitov. We'll keep that in, will we? Yes. Deny them the corner. Well played, lads. Having a good game here. A couple of individual mistakes creeping in, as we saw. But thankfully, none yet have cost us. With half an hour to play, it's still 3-0 to Cambridge United. And looking like it's going to be us going top of the league table. I'll dink this towards the back post. And wish that I hadn't, but we have the corner at least. We've scored 1 already. Let's see if we can get to Catroda again. Maybe even Brooks Lennon. Nope, cleared away. Let's get back to Gape. Forward to Samwell. It's good football from Wickham, something they haven't done all game. Can Samwell pull them one back? Ooh, nearly off the post, into the defender, and almost an own goal. Mancini will just pull this back and will keep possession. 25 minutes to go. Wickham showing a warning sign that they might get themselves back in it if we offer them the opportunity to. So we shall have to not offer them the opportunity to. Maybe even score a 4th of our own, just to finish things off if we can. Oh, looking for Suarez Garcia, can't find him. Looking for Suarez Garcia, can find him. He's scoring a fourth to finish the game off. I think we might be title favourites after this. Out looking for Lennon, nice pass. Vargas arriving, gets it back looking for Brooks Lennon. Pass slightly overplayed considering how much power I put on it, but bonk, it's 5. I don't know why bonk was my go-to word, but Brennan Dickinson bonks us 5-0 up. He's come off the bench, done nothing, but turned the ball into the back of the net. I barely put any power on that pass from Vargas, but I can't complain too much because he's ended up in a goal. When was the last time you saw second play first and win by 5 goals to 0? It certainly has been a strange afternoon here against Wickham Wanderers, or even evening. No, it is definitely afternoon, isn't it? All games are at the weekend on this particular, or in this month, for this episode. Vargas, oh, we might well have made it 6 if that had made it around the corner. I don't really know how to react to this result. We know that clearly we've played well, and clearly Wickham have underperformed, but does this mean that we are certainly title favourites, or is there still plenty to change between now and the end of the season? I believe we beat Wickham last time we played them, but I only had 6 shots and 5 of them went in. I think it's just one of those days for Wickham where it just so happens that every time your opposition has a chance on goal, they score and you just can't do anything about it. I'm not sure. Let me have a look and see what the score was last time we played Wickham. We got a 3-0 win. Okay, so we did do that well against them. Well, on aggregate, against the team that's currently second so far this season, we're 8-0 up. I can't complain too much at that, can I? Right, on to the next one. Let's see if we can maintain our lead at the top, maybe even extend it, and certainly tag ourselves as title favourites. Suarez Garcia to Ryan Leonard, switch across to Mancini. Suarez Garcia apparently in a bit of a goal-scoring vein. 4 in his last 3 games, they say. A couple of those simulated, of course, so we can't read too much into his performance for me, but he has scored the occasional goal for me, Suarez Garcia. Obviously did so against Wolves, so we know that he can do well against higher opposition, which I guess bodes well for the rest of the series. He hasn't quite cut it, well, not necessarily cut it, I just haven't quite twigged with him against lower league opposition so far. But he clearly does the business in the simulated games, and when we played against Wolves, he was one of the best players on the pitch, so we know he can do it, and for that reason alone, he's going to stay in my starting lineup for the considerable future. Donald trying to get down the line there, but still will reach Hamilton and they'll take the corner. Happy to settle for that, Mansfield, looking for a 1-0 lead. Can't deliver it into the middle. I haven't really had the opportunity at the end to take the lead so far, and Leonard does well to head that behind. At least keep our clean sheet intact for now. We got the clean sheet in the first game we played with him, and so far we've kept him a clean sheet in this one as well, and it was a 2-0 win in the first game as well, wasn't it? So since Ryan Leonard has joined the team, we are yet to concede a goal. Donald back to Hamilton, Mitov with a save around the corner. This is certainly a spell of considered pressure from Mansfield. Hopefully we can weather the storm. Hamilton loops it, Uno underneath, Preston underneath it, over the bar, and finally we have a goal kick. Danny Rose, to McDonald, Danny Rose again. Strength from Oscar Hill is the only difference between the two there. Ryan Leonard will look for Brooks Lennon, but he doesn't get to it first. McDonald through the gap, looking for White, down the line to Hamilton. Turns well, but Mancini's in the way. Down the line again to White, into the middle. Danny Rose flicks on, Mitov holds well. Good reactions from the man. Still not really shown any sign of weakness at this level, Mitov. The true test will be at the Championship, and whether we find that at that level he's starting to come undone, and that will be the point where we start to use cues instead. Sabi, though, seemingly, other than on that occasion, can play at this level and probably the level above to a very high standard. Here's Oscar Hill. No lead so far. Logan with a good save. Will we get the chance to build something else maybe from the throw-in? Perhaps. Sabi's the league's top goal scorer by a margin so far. I'm going to try and get this cross here to Ryan Leonard, and he could score his first goal for the club, and very nearly does. Off the bar. It'll drop to Oscar Hill. We'll try again. Off the defender's face and away, and that will be half-time at 0-0, I would presume. And indeed it is. Ryan Leonard not far away from his first goal in Cambridge colours. Sheeny down the line to Uno. Uno inside to Suarez Garcia. And there's Sabi. Across there to Brooks Lennon. Through the gap to Suarez Garcia. Sabi's arriving. Now use your pace to get to that. Well done, Sabi. Not so good under pressure at times, Emmanuel Sabi. I'm actually curious to see what his composure stat is. 64. Could certainly be better. He has been improved in scenarios like that this season from last, but clearly some more improving yet to be done. Good header by Leonard. Sabi gets it under control. Ryan Leonard could push forward here. Is this about to be his first goal in Cambridge colours? He's hit the bar once. He's not going to get the goal there, but Uno will race onto it, and we have ourselves a 1-0 lead. 5 minutes into the second half. There's been a lot of Mansfield pressure in this game, but we have been the first to unlock the door. Leonard drawing a good save out of Logan. Was well hit towards that bottom corner. Uno just happened to be first on the scene. Cambridge 1, Mansfield 0. Looks like we might well be at least keeping, if not extending, our lead at the top of the table. Sabi can't win the header. Can't bring it down. Uno forward to Garcia. There's Sabi. I see the run of Oscar Hill, but he's not going to be the man that I try and play in. Certainly not got the pedigree in front of goal that Sabi does, which he might do show again here, and indeed he has. Sabi makes it Cambridge 2, Mansfield 0. So we actually have been kind of abusing that crossing meta that is more powerful with the new patch, but Sabi is pretty dominant in the air at the minute. I had a look at his composure stat in an earlier highlight. I'm actually intrigued to see what his jumping is at the minute. 96 jumping. It might not be that we're abusing the meta. He might genuinely just be that good in the air. Manuel Sabi scores his 22nd goal of the League One season. And we're 2-0 up. Here's White. Delivered in towards the box. Mitov with the punch. Lennon inside to Oscar Hill. And forward to Suarez Garcia. The counter-attack is certainly on now. Here's Ryan Leonard. We'll look for Uno. We'll find Mancini. Still in possession though, at least. There's Uno. There's Suarez Garcia. Sabi always going to be played through that situation. And goal number 3. We are dominant at this stage of the League One season. We're proving right now that we're too good for this level. We certainly are title favourites now, I have to admit. I didn't really want to give us that tag too early on in the year because I wasn't sure how well we'd do in League One. But clearly, as time has gone on, players have improved in ability. We've improved the squad. We are very, very good for League One level. We've already beaten championship teams this season, or a championship team this season in Cardiff. Looked good against Premier League Wolves. And not too bad against City, although they did win quite comfortably in the end. Whether we go back-to-back-to-back promotions, I'm not sure. But we certainly look like we're going to get back-to-back promotions, go from League 2 to League 1. Whether we can go again and get to the Premier League year after next, I'm not sure. That'll be a true test in the Championship next year. It's a big jump from League 1 to the top end of the Championship. A very big jump. Not sure we're ready to make that jump yet, but we shall try our absolute best. Clearly going to be making the jump from League 1 to the Championship, though, and quite comfortably too. 3-0 here against Mansfield after 5-0 against Wickham and 2-0 against Wimbledon. Really, really enjoying this Cambridge United side right now, and hopefully you guys are enjoying watching as well. We'll give that back there to Suarez Garcia and look for a fourth. It might drop to Brooks Lennon. It has, but I can't find a teammate. Inside to Khan. Down the line towards White again, but Hill intercepts. Suarez Garcia to Leonard. Forwards to Sabi. To Leonard again. Suarez Garcia arriving. Could send Sabi away for a hat-trick, but I'd rather try and get Ryan Leonard one, which we can't. Suarez Garcia will hit that first time deflected corner. Corner in the final 2 minutes. Ryan Leonard will deliver. It's a decent delivery too. And flicked on well by Perella. Is it at the near post, the centre-back? It is. It's 4-0 for Cambridge United now. Really good delivery by Ryan Leonard. And an impressive header from the centre-back as well. He has scored a few from us in similar positions, flicking it on at the near post. I think we're too good for League One now. There's a final whistle. Really pleased with how today's going. I don't think it could possibly have gone better, really, do you? Delighted with the progression we've shown so far in this season. And we've one more game left this month against Blackpool to make it 4 straight victories. It's a long, nice little dummy from McLaughlin. Cross could come back, and there it is, headed away by Catroda. Guy down. It's good football from Blackpool, this. Shouldn't have lunged in there. Mancini gets a foot in. McLaughlin, where's that going? Not too far wide, it seems. We'll be getting great results today. We have to remember, though, perhaps, that Blackpool, Wimbledon and Mansfield are all down in the, well, bottom third. Not even the bottom half, the bottom third of the table. Although, that being said, our best win came against the side that is second and still only 2 points behind us prior to this game, it has to be said. Blackpool, so far, dominating proceedings, but Mansfield did that, and look how that game turned out. Pritchard, I love that. No, it won't. Bowler, racing down. Jaden Bogle, oh, that's a foul. He'll continue forward, play the ball inside to Spirit, plays the 1-2 with Long. Oh, and one pass too many for Blackpool. Oscar, the ball's right next to you, pal. You can go and attack it if you want. Great save by Mitov. Corner for Blackpool. I'm yet to have a shot, I think. Really not playing well in this one. But we always have the quality. Oh, it's a goal kick. We always have the quality to pull through, so fingers crossed we can do it again. Savvy, I see Uno. Played out to him, perhaps should have played that on the floor, but Uno looking to get away from the defenders here. Again, I'm going to need some support. Look for someone in the middle. Why have you left that, Savvy? Why? Where's your striker's instinct? Top goal scorer in the league doesn't just dummy the ball in the box like that. Oof. He puts that in the top bins. Nearly. It's my only chance of the game so far. So to Savvy. Had a tough start to the Mansfield game, but came out very much on top. I had an even tougher start here against Blackpool. That one chance at the end of the half was my only of the first 45 minutes. It was purely Blackpool's lack of finishing quality that meant that they didn't take the lead in that first half. They had 4 chances, but only 1 on target. Make that 5 and only 1 on target. Hill. Was that back there to Suarez Garcia? Leonard wanted to push forward, but saw Oscar Hill was out of position. Didn't want to commit and leave us open. Sabby. Shot blocked. Sabby tackles. Can he get to the loose ball? No. Cross there to Pritchard. Picked off by Leonard. Just able to get that to Suarez Garcia. We'll look out wide to Brooks Lennon, but the pass is poor. There's not long left in this game. We were hyping ourselves up prior to this game, saying, oh, we're too good for this level. We're scoring goals and not having the opposition score on us. We've got the best defensive record in the league, albeit only by 1 goal ahead of Charlton. And we're walking past every opposition. And then in this one, Blackpool have turned up and we're struggling to even create chances, let alone put them away. And Blackpool having chance after chance after chance. There's a minute and a half left to go. I still think we're pretty solid title favourites, and I still think we are slightly too good for the level that we're playing at, but that doesn't mean that on occasion opposition in this league can prove us to be slightly inexperienced at times. We've got a very young side. Dread to think what the average age is. We've got a number of teenagers in the starting 11, let alone in the whole squad as a whole. Suarez Garcia through to Sabby. Now would be the time to score the goal. And if we do, that's what title winners are made of. Unfortunately, it's not what we're made of right now, unless we get a corner goal here. Whipped in. Sabby could win this. He has done. He's put it in the stand. 96 jumping, but not the heading accuracy to go with it when under pressure, evidently. A 0-0 draw against Blackpool. Another clean sheet, which is a positive, but you can tell from the stats, not good enough on that occasion. Only 42% possession, though. Wickham beat Southend by 2-1, so they will be level on points with us at the top of the table. Indeed they will, but it's our goal difference that sees us stay top. Our goal difference is plus 29. Theirs is only plus 6. Shipping a lot of goals this season, Wickham. More than anyone else in the top 8. And more so, in fact, than, or same as Blackpool, who are down in 18th. So, clearly their Achilles heel this season, Wickham, is their inability to keep a clean sheet. We've scored 1 more than Barnsley. We've conceded 1 less than Charlton. So we have equally the best attack and defence record in the league. But only just. It's not like we're running away with things right now. Clearly, Wickham only behind us on goal difference. Barnsley only 5 points, Charlton 6, and then Portsmouth and Peterborough 8 points behind us. The board are unhappy with my progress in some regards this season, but I'm pretty happy with our progress in almost every area this season. We'll see what our next fixtures. I'll see how everyone grows actually as we head into the next month and have a look at some more scout reports as our Youth Scouts in Africa will come back. Brennan Dickinson still insistent he wants to leave. Let's have a look. 60 to 84 for Felix Ofia. No. 64 to 88 for Ep8. That's a no as well. What have we got in Algeria? Right. Selmy is a defender. Confirmed as the defender, 6 foot tall, but overall is pretty low still. I'm going to give that another month and see how that potential window narrows, but I'm thinking it's probably going to be a no right now. 56 to 76, 48 to 66, 71 to 94, maybe, if he's towards the upper reaches of that, but I don't think he will be because he's only valued at 100 grand right now and 17 years of age, and that's a definite no. We'll give them the benefit of the doubt. We'll give them one more month, but I don't think it's going to be a Cambridge United youth squad signing for either of them. But we are top of the table as we head into the, well, penultimate couple of episodes, really. Looks like we're going to get automatic promotion, so we'll be having the month of March, and then we will combine April and May. And hopefully, by the end of the day after tomorrow, we'll be crowned as either champions or miss out on the title and finish second again, like we did last year. But I'm pretty sure we are going to end up winning the league this year in the League One season. And I couldn't be happier about that, to be completely honest. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Make sure you subbed to ensure that you don't miss out on any further episodes of this series or the Achieve and Leave. And I'll see you next time.